All right, y'all. So we continue off with this episode. Wayne has made his way over to Rolonda and they are discussing about Brittany and Temar. Now, I always felt that as soon as Rolonda found out from Mike, she should have called Wayne. They should have talked to their children individually, look like they're teenagers, and then they should all came together and have a conversation. Now, we know Wayne has told Temar to break it off with Brittany. I'm assuming that Temar has called Brittany and she's made her way over to her mom's house. But you know what? Maybe not, because she didn't know that Wayne was going to be there. But maybe she did. I don't know. So she comes strolling up looking like a deer in headlights, talking about, hey, Mr. Wayne. He's like, hey, Mr. Wayne, don't Mr. Wayne me. Why do you call me Mr. Wayne? He says, we 7 years apart. I'm 37 years old. You 30. What is that about? She says, I call you that to be respectful. He said, well, if you want to respect me, stop acting like you don't know what's going on, because I know Temar has called you. He says, Brittany, why? Why, Brittany? So you dealing with my son? She says, like she's about to tell a lie. She says, her mom says, Brittany, don't do this. She says, well, you know what? He came on to me several times. And see, this is where Brittany shows her true colors. She says, and at first my mom thought it was cute. So she just threw her mom under the bus, knowing that her mom has business with Wayne. She don't care nothing about her mom. She never once thought, you know what, me being in this relationship and Wayne finding out, he might have a problem with it. It might roll over to my mom and his relationship. And now she's deflecting. Your mama wasn't in the room with you and Temar. She says, my mom thought it was cute and I kept pushing back. And then eventually, I guess I just gave in. Rolonda says, I did. I thought it was cute, but I didn't think it would get to this point, Brittany. Wayne looks at Rolonda like, Rolonda. Rolonda said, yeah, you would come over here with the information assigned and I would have food for him to eat. And then Wayne says, yeah, I didn't know he was going to be rocked in a cradle. He says, you know what, Brittany? I'm not going to lie. He's my son, and if it was one of my daughters, I'd probably tear this whole thing up. But he is 18, and I do understand that. He says, and he's about to go to school. Can you just leave my son alone? Brittany says, yeah, absolutely, because I didn't want this anyway. Yeah, I could leave him alone. But she's saying it hesitantly. So Wayne says, you know what? This girl just lied to my face. He's going to California. He's living in an apartment that I'm paying for. Clearly, he's not grown. He need to tell her, if his mother got hold of this conversation before I did, you might have a fight on your hands, for real. Because she understands 37 and 30 and that's not too far from each other. Because the mother being Wayne's high school sweetheart at one time and knowing he messed with Ro, and now you got your eyes set on my young son? Absolutely not. So Wayne says, Brittany, you're my age, but your mom has covered you so much. In your mind, I think you're younger than you are. I think you think you're younger than 30. Brittany says, I know how old I am. He said, really? He said, well, you know what? Please leave my son alone. He said, my son said you was cooking for him, and that's what your mom did to me. And that's what trapped me. I want to know, is your mama in on this? Rolonda says the decisions that they made have nothing to do with me and you. Is that it for Temar and Brittany? Drop your thoughts in the comments.